Hello. We're back. But will Tricked be back into this series? Because at the moment...
Well, will they be into the series? I don't know if they were ever in it to begin with, Dan.
True. Well, yes, that is...
So 7 rounds in 2 maps.
Generally the case here. It is a terrible affair for them. They can't get anything going. And they move on to Mirage. Another great map for Dignitas. And that's the problem for Tricked. Every map that you want to face Dignitas on, they are going to be having an advantage. So that is the main issue here. And we're going to see if they can get a good start off as they face up against the assault from the T side of Dignitas here on the pistol round. And it is a couple smokes there actually to tie together this attack onto the B-bomb site. I love it.
Short smokes isolate players. But now, can they hold from the retake? Because Tricked have control of short, and they had someone in apps who's been taken down, and they've got 2 people in the shop area as well. cajunb is heavily tagged, he's exposed, and he's in trouble, but he's finding the headshots. No, it's Magic Boy who's doing the job here. cajunb getting the second one, and JUGi 12 HP can't get anything done. Tricked, not off to a good start again.
No, it's Dignitas and their T side of Mirage, I think for a very long time, maybe even still now. This is going to be one of their scariest halves of the 14 possible halves on the 7 maps that you might see in Counter-Strike. This might be one of the most deadly ones that they have. So I can't wait to see it, but Tricked, they're going to be up against it, aren't they? But I do feel like this is generally a better map for Tricked. We saw some good games from them here in the past, but again, let's see how Dignitas are going to be opening this one up, because they are playing anti-eco, or presumably it could be an anti-force buy. They don't know 100% just yet exactly what the buy has been for Tricked in this situation.
I would say going forward that the worst maps are over for Tricked. The problem is they put Dignitas in a 2-0 because I don't think the Nuke or Cobblestone played to their strengths, being JUGi and the AWP. So that said, Dignitas are quite good at nullifying the use of the AWP, especially in mid, on their opponent's CT side. So Tricked may be in worst case scenario once again. And we see the grenades slowly being deployed, but is anybody ready to check the angle on short? Ooh, lots of damage could have been done, but it won't be done.
And they will have an open path onto that B-bomb site. And the remainder of Tricked are slowly but surely falling one by one. We're going to have to see whether or not they can get any additional damage done here, or if there is anything to be picked up for them. But very unlikely. And as you can see in the top right-hand corner of your screens, this is indeed a best of 5 if you're just joining us. And it's like maeVe is looking for his RUBINO 1 Deegs. Or cajunb venture. I imagine there should be some venturing into some of these angles here for maeVe. So we should be able to get something, potentially, a shot or 2, before maybe he dies. Well, not even 2, just a single shot and then he will die. It will be the shotgun there, the Nova. So, great start there for Dignitas as they go 2-0. They've been fairly consistent, I have to say, on their anti-ecos. I don't actually think that they've lost a single anti-eco or anti-force buy in this series so far.
Yeah, I think you're correct. I'm pretty sure you are right. So Tricked are not going to have much to offer in this round. Again, these eco rounds have been somewhat circumstantial, so we can't expect much of interest to happen in this round. Dignitas starting passive towards apartments, passive in mid with cajunb holding an angle from the entrance to B-apps. MSL could get taken down here. He's got an AK as well, and not much in the name of support, but RUBINO's moving into the A site, but he could get flanked actually. But there are 2 players in the A site now on the CT side. But RUBINO is continuing to clean up. And now niko, last man standing. Even though things got a bit tricky there for MSL, we may see nothing done by the Dignitas side, Tricked side. There we go. Perfect round from Dig.
Perfection. Definitely a word that could stop, well, it's hard to ever use that word, I suppose, in all the senses of it, but this has been a pretty perfect match for MSL at the very least. Dignitas have been doing very well, and it would be cool to see his performance continue on this map. But we have the AWP in the hands of JUGi now, so maybe things will get better here for Tricked. He's going to venture out into that middle peak, sees nothing, and I love that Dignitas are going to be going for a very fast play, seemingly onto the A bomb site. Just a quick set piece to get things going. in against the first buy round of Tricked on that CT side, and it's going to make life very difficult initially for JUGi to get some value out of that AWP.
Where is cajunb going? He's in T-spawn at the moment. He's going for longest flank, actually. Going for the big rotation through to mid, but is he going to be fast enough? We've got players being lost on the A side for Dignitas. He's running for his life now. And there's still niko. He's looking for a flank. niko's still in mid. He wants to know what's going on there. Suddenly moving into connector just as cajunb makes his way into mid. And Dignitas on the site, just playing delay tactics, not trying to keep map control here. 3 targets, nice flash coming in. Only 2 for cajunb, but could that be the damage done? You know where RUBINO is. Smoke defuse coming in, but he's lost. The player in the smoke's lost, and maeVe, he's decided not to go for it. Can he save the AWP? Looks like he can. He'll survive, he'll survive. He's good to go.
I forgot. I was just afraid, James, that he would die after dropping the guns. We've seen it too many times. Would have been amazing. It is so comic, so comedic. Well, it's the 4-0 then, so Dignitas with a pretty successful round there. I was a little bit afraid for that fast flank, but then Trick seemingly slowed things down very quickly as Dignitas has some pretty, well, hard positions. Not very good to stop the CTs onto the site, but never mind. Dignitas going for potentially a very fast B play. And this is really smart because they should realize that there is an AWP saved. So if they go just straight in for the quick B play, there's very little you can do with an AWP, to be honest, in this position. We might not even see maeVe really try to peek in here for some shots, as they don't really want to risk losing the AWP, but he will actually catch an aggressive play from Magic's boy into that shop. So maybe there's still some argument to go for this as more pressure is applied by Tricked, but it's being shut down quite effectively here by Dignitas.
Tricked having a very difficult time. JUGi hiding in the smoke. Oh, he's going to steal himself a frag. How did he manage to do that one? maeVe now alone with the AWP over towards the A site. Isn't that frustrating? Nothing going their way at the moment. Press Q to get your knife out just as the player emerges from short. 5-0 coming the way of Dignitas. Are Tricked, I mean, are we going to see a whitewash best of 5? How often do you see that? And maeVe might not even hold on to this because, oh god, what if he misses the shot? He's going to miss the shot, Dan.
Of course.
He is going to miss the shot. Oh dear.
The world, well, or rather the universe, the cosmos, everything is conspiring against them currently.
Perhaps they're in a black hole.
Oh, they're looking in pretty good shape to, for being inside of a black hole. 5-0 for Dignitas. I don't know when that's going to stop. When will that 0 turn into a 1 for Trick? They're back on the buy. And an AWP is back in the hands of JUGi.
I like the flash from A into mid. Something that, for those of you at home, always an important flash. If you're on A, you can throw a flash over connector to flash a CT, who is in this position, as JUGi is. Now JUGi's got to be careful because these Ts can go for a creep peek towards the corner of the smoke. They can often people when that smoke's down, as an AWPer in CT in a CPO, you may expect them. Are we gonna have a? Is this a non-round? I think it's a non-round. Anyway, if someone's in CPL in the window in mid, if you don't know what CPL is, and the smoke goes down on short, often CT snipers may expect somebody to go to the other side of the boxes at the back of mid. But often you can get a T jump on the barrel in the middle of mid and shoot somebody who is in the CPO area. So Magic's boy has crashed, which is why this round will be restarted. So 0-5. Tricked have had nothing to offer in this entire match so far.
Nope, not even some cold buns.
Some cold buns?
Yeah.
Is that the best you could come up with?
Yep. Well, it's pretty easy to. Yeah, I can't with anything creative, James. I tried to do a James there, where you just summon a completely random object. Didn't really work this time.
I think maybe you have to be slightly insane to
make it work.
Have success. Cold buns. I gave a girl a mouse pad once actually, and it changed with heat. So if your palms on or something, then it would change color from like black to purple or something. And I told her that she could put her hot buns on there.
Oh.
But I didn't mean to have any innuendo, but obviously that can be, misconstrued. I didn't realize what I had said, Dan, until afterwards.
And then you realize you were actually a genius.
Perhaps I am, or was. Anyway, the round has begun once again. JUGi moving his way into mid. RUBINO starting passively. Got to be careful when you have a spawn to go towards a ramp because you can be naded into oblivion. That is a nice peek from cajunb, one we don't see so often.
Ooh, RUBINO is going through the smoke, trying to get that angle onto the A bomb site. There's no one in Palace for him to play with though, he's just alone. But his teammates will be soon pressuring the connector, and as that pressure starts to happen, RUBINO's got increased chances that he will have a 1 versus 1 on the bomb site. However, there could be a quick peek here. Wow, the snap! Man. That's so fast, and RUBINO is not done. The A bomb site is well and truly clear for the taking. The round as well, just HUNDEN left. Everybody has been, well, they just disappeared.
You know RUBINO was enjoying that one. He's like, let me bring out my knife and press the F button. But yeah, that was swag. Swag. HUNDEN, last man standing for Tricks.
Bomb has been planted.
He's just trying to survive, man. No one can get a kill.
They are not doing too well, are they? Oh dear. Every map has started this way.
It's like a mismatch of astronomical proportions.
Yeah, it is so severely one-sided. It's a little bit startling. I'm startled. Well, back onto the pistols here for Tricks. Not too much really to... There's not a lot to talk about for Tricks because they're just getting kind of dismantled across the board. I mean, there's no real way to talk about what they could do better because if you are losing just on a fundamental level across the board, you just gotta hit those. You gotta hit those fundamentals. I'd say you could really describe the top tier in this. You could describe how things work in the tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 and below in this way. Tier 3 and below is about having really solid fundamentals, and the team which has the best fundamentals. Tier 2 is who can consistently nail all the fundamentals of the game, and tier 1 is when you are trying to. Both teams should have presumably almost perfect fundamentals, and it's about forcing unforced errors basically. Sorry, no, it's forcing errors, forcing errors more or less with your tactics and strategy, and I think that's how I would describe the tier 1 play in Counter-Strike. And right now, it really appears like Tricked on a different level. And they have to defend this quick play into the B-bomb site. This set piece has been successful previously, but looks like Niko's showing up here. Quick triple kill coming in from him, and suddenly they look like they're about to post number 1 on the board.
Well, there we go. 1-7. Tricks have finally made it to the scoreboard. But every time they've won a round, at least in the previous round, I'm not sure about the one before, every time, well, all of the 2 or 3 times they won a round, they were reset immediately. And again, Dignitas exploited that to the max. No money left in the CT side on those occasions, and they just extended their lead as much as possible. Can they do it again in this situation? Tricks are pretty tooled up for this fight, as they would say in the filthy streets of London.
Geared up and ready to go. Dignitas with a bit of a quicker pace to the mid-take than some previous rounds. Also, the bomb is there. RUBINO, who has previously been pushing up the slope by himself, is now in Palace by himself, looking for a quick play. Quite a smart idea to go for, considering that a lot of CT sides, especially if they are looking for an advantage early into the round, are going to make pushes there, not only for that kill, but maybe information. Not seeing anybody there as well is going to give them a little bit of info, but Dignitas, they get middle for free, basically. No contestation here for Trick. They are playing very passively. Dignitas will take connector for free, and they're going to set up the triple-pronged attack into A.
Counter flashes coming in from the CT side, but there's nobody there to pop in and take some frags. MSL, though, maybe not expecting maeVe in that position, and there's no answer from Dignitas. They've got many players over towards the A site. You can expect a Molotov from RUBINO into... Oh, never mind, he's been taken down. So no Molotov into the shadow area, which means Eastside can stay there and enjoy his time. Flashbangs coming in, and this is going the way of Tricks.
Yeah, really nice defense there. Coming 3 players onto the bomb site. It's working out quite well, but cajunb is still alive. The bomb is near him. He's got 30 seconds on the clock to play with. He can still pull this one out of the bag. He also has a smoke grenade. That's going to really help him to provide additional cover, block off CTs maybe, or try to guarantee a plant. Although I shouldn't like to say that the plant is guaranteed in the 1 versus 2, but there goes the smoke. You can see that's going to help him get that one down safely. Clock is now put onto the CTs. They have to start going for the pressure. Going in with the grenade there. Very smart from niko. cajunb turns away. There's nothing he can do. And another round here for Trick. I think, I hesitate to say, but I think this is correct. This might be the first time that Trick have converted in a buy versus buy round. And by converted I mean they've won one buy versus buy, and then they've won the second one.
Consecutive rounds.
Yeah, basically winning consecutive rounds. That said, they aren't able to shut down the economy of Dignitas yet, so that's unfortunate for them.
Yeah, maybe a while. There's already pretty much, or close to a full buy in the bank for Dignitas before the loss bonus kicks in, and any plant bonus as well, should they lose the round. So, over time, that may extend their buys, should they continue to lose here. Tricked on the winning ways finally, but will it continue? 2 players close to Shadow on the A site, but there's only 1 player there from Dignitas, so they could go in either direction. Magic's boy over towards B. cajunb taking some damage, going for some jewels. And there's 2 players up towards mid now who are making their way, who may be exposed. There's often a gap in the corner of the smoke, so you have to be careful as the CTs, even if a smoke is down, it may be your friend and your enemy at the same time.
It's interesting too because Dignitas have a lot to play with here. This is one of the reasons why they're a good Mirage team. They have this play into middle, and they can once again get it for a pretty limited cost here, and they get to pick their options now because they've got so many of them. And that is going to be a defining feature in this round. Config opens up onto the A bomb site. Very convincing now to go towards this A bomb site instead of going for B, and another kill coming in, taking down the only player left on the bomb site. No response for Tricked. They are in a lot of trouble here because their money is waning, and they have potentially, yeah, you can see they're just going to go for a save, and I think this is the smartest choice for sure.
Again, Dignitas so difficult to fight against when they are executing if you don't have the individual skill on your CT side, because you see that they leave connector open. They've got a player in Palace. He molotovs the shadow area. They smoke off jungle as well, so they're isolating CTs all over the map and giving you minimal places to hide, or all over A rather. And then they are exploiting you like you work in a sweatshop. Trick trying to hold on to what they can, which may only be an AK onto niko now. Showing his face a bit. Now desperately trying to hide. So indeed, Tricked did get a consecutive round, but they've been reset once again. Look at the money! niko can drop, but it's going to be a desperate buy for Tricked. JUGi can buy as well. And they're going for it.
Yeah, and I would not be too surprised if we see on the next buy round for Tricked, Dignitas go for a really one of these really fast A pushes where they just rush into connector with maybe 3 players, potentially 3 to 4 players. Or maybe they might even just rush in from the slope, like a very fast contact play. That's something that they haven't really run just yet. And I feel like it's something that Dignitas typically have loved to do in the past, so we might see that dynamic, very fast dynamic rifle style coming into play there. But cajunb is one of the differences on the team. And we can see he's on the AWP at the moment as pressure comes into the A bomb site. Nice big win there from Dignitas, but the trade is back. JUGi responds. And so far, it's looking quite labored. This push in is not going so well for Dignitas.
Smoke on top of the shadow area. No worse off for RUBINO. Molly's to stop JUGi from peeking. This smoke, you can drop that smoke as a T actually, and get some nice peeks over top of it. RUBINO through the smoke takes maeVe down. 3 versus 3. And JUGi still got the AWP. It was dropped to him in this round, and that's going to be a crucial gun. As we said, he can really open things up in this map. And he's trying to do so at the moment. cajunb runs blind to get taken down. And now it's MSL, 1 versus 1. Another smoke down, but MSL will be executed. Tricked back to winning ways. And now let's see what the money is like on Dignitas. Magic's boy with 10k in the bank. Had a teammate with 8k as well.
Yeah, but despite winning that round, Trick lost 4 players. They have terrible money. Look at this buy. They won the round. A UMP, a Mag 7, and a FAMAS. They won the round. And yeah, this is going to be very difficult now for Trick to convert here and try to reset Dignitas. They are much more likely to be the ones that get reset. We'll have to see how they try to manage to pull this one off, this defense. We've got Dignitas going for a 3-man mid take here with that smoke, that's classic catwalk smoke. And JUGi, he must get something here. There we go. He's fishing for kills and he's struck big.
That's what I was talking about. I mean, the config wasn't even jumping onto the middle of the boxes. He was just peeking. But that is a common angle where T's can appear. It is a gamble for the CT side, but it works out on this occasion. Tricked off to a good start. Dignitas trying to push through short now. Seems the B split is on. 2 players in Yaps making their way. HUNDEN by the van, and he's alone. It's HUNDEN alone to the max 7. He's on fire now. He's on fire. He's forced out into the open. Oh, in the face! HUNDEN, please! 2 kills for him. 4 versus 2 now. He's done his job. MSL and cajunb remain. Trying to thin out the numbers. Down goes JUGi. That's a massive frag for the T side. Bomb has been planted and cajunb still has his angle.
Yeah, JUGi's been a real big problem maker there, but no problems when cajunb's on the AWP, seemingly looking for that player on catwalk at the moment as MSL has the other angle towards shop covered. Just teasing the angle, just teasing it. But time is running low here for this retake. Has to go in, forces the shot to be taken. cajunb can't connect. MSL goes down, the pressure is on, the flames are on, but the Tech-9's out.
In the face, baby.
Dignitas, they managed to secure the round, but they are getting a lot more trouble here from Tricked. But the problem is that Tricked will get reset. And this is the 3rd map in the series, of which Tricked have already lost the first 2. So to start causing problems for Dignitas at this later stage, already being down 9-3, a little bit too little too late perhaps. We'll have to see if there is more recovery to be made. But for now, it's just the pistols. And I don't know if they've ever really played against an eco round of Dignitas. I don't know if that has happened. These 3 maps.
Yeah, good question.
I honestly don't know that it's happened. I actually am not sure how many pistol rounds Dignitas have won, but I think they've won probably almost all of them, apart from maybe 1.
Oh, look how smart cajunb is. He goes for a tight angle because he expects there to be a chance that they'll try and overwhelm and dodge. He's committing that, he's committing. He's got help coming into the back as well. Tech-9 for days, handing it out like ice cream. But going back to the angle on mid, he goes for a tight angle in case one player tries to jump over, another player, he's ready, he knows what they want to do before they know what they want to do.
And we're coming to a pretty quick close to the first half now. Just a couple more rounds until we are done and dusted. And it is a couple more rounds in which maybe Tricked could turn the tables a little bit, get themselves to a 5-10 first half. You can work with that. That's somewhat workable, but it's going to be a tough road. They've got a poor Bino Orb, just a scout, and Dignitas, they're going for that really fast connector play like I was talking about earlier. And this is classic Dignitas, classic MSL, as they just wrap around the A defense, crushing it. 3 versus 3, however, but their health is very low for the remainder of Tricked until now. There's just 2 left. Not much hope as well.
Waiting for the smokes to disappear. Down goes niko. That's going to make life a lot easier. 1 versus 3. That's where you want to be. The bomb moving over towards the B site. Nice read. Oh, JUGi thought he had time, but the clock was not ticking in his favor.
Clock was smashed.
Turns out he was in the matrix then. Clock was paused.
No more clock for you. Temporal overlords of Dignitas are going to be taking this first half with at least 11 rounds. That is very nice for Dignitas. And we've got 3 UMPs max 7. A deagle, that's not a good sign here for Tricked. Dignitas once again running a very fast middle play, looking to potentially go into connector very quickly as they did in the previous round. A slightly different setup, more players in middle this time. Previously it was a 3-2, now it's just a 4-1. But hang on, what is this? HUNDEN and maeVe step up to deliver. As 2 players is all that's left now of Dignitas and their aggression, and they have lost the bomb.
Oh, gotta be careful, JUGi. He has a HE of his own. Oh man, that's big damage. Looking for a flank, and indeed there is one. If he peeks though, cajun has the AWP, and that AWP may stop him from moving into the window, because that would be super awkward. He has time to play with at the moment, at minute 3, but look at maeVe's angle. That is glorious, and he should find himself a headshot, unless there's a bit of jiggle peeking coming in from cajunb. Oh, the timing! No! But Magic's boy goes for the peek. There it is. cajunb with the Tech-9 no less. Now JUGi's got 20 HP, and he can't really hold the bomb in an expected angle. Oh no, he could. What's going to happen here? cajunb. Oh! This is anybody's. do it. Oh my god. 50 HP, he can't do it. He needed one bullet. Surely one bullet would have done it. Another round in the bag for Tricked. 4-11. They have a bubble of air within which to breathe.
So Dignitas have been really successful on these pistol rounds so far, and at the very least for Tricked, they're going to be finding themselves on the T side. So maybe they've got some nice T pistol shenanigans ready for Mirage, ready for Dignitas to blow them away. Dignitas' T round was really nice on the pistol. They had a really cool double smoke set up on the pillars there by, some people call it around the Edward position, which is on towards the short approach from the B apartments on the B bomb site. And that was a really nice take of that B bomb site. Pretty much shut it down immediately. What have Tricked got to show for themselves? Can they upstage Dignitas on Dignitas' T pistol? We're about to find out. In fact, they don't have any grenades here. They are going for the battles. The aim battles, aim one-on-ones, give them to me as they are going to take the first frag. Quick response, but backwards and forwards we go. Tricked looking good.
Dig. All you require is headshots. The Magic's boy may not have the HP to find those headshots. He's been spotted as well by the Palace player HUNDEN, and now he's trying to run distraction while Easter Tag is closing in, going for the brazen plant. Now it's Magic's boy alone. And now he has been put out of his misery. So Tricked, 5 rounds on the board, including the pistol. Opportunity knocks. Dignitas. Are they going to go double eco? I would love me some double eco. They're going to go for the half buy. Leave money here and there, but nobody's going to have money for AWP with full armor. Maybe it won't be required. So Tricked looking to go for a fast play into the B bomb site. Only 2 players here. We'll see if RUBINO can get there in time. maeVe's going to get taken down. It is shock and awe here for the T side, but they're not getting any frags yet. Just MSL's gone down. Finally, config will be taken away from the pillar.
Yeah, that was kind of scary actually. I thought config might get the second one too, but Tricked otherwise okay with this B push, working out pretty well. Still more damage to be done though for Dignitas, and they are looking to get that damage in there. They've got 2 players in the B apartments. They're looking to cut off the escape paths here for Tricked. Oh, okay. Can we get RUBINO? Is he going to try to creep through the smoke here? I love that JUGi's looking for it. JUGi is looking for that smoke creep. But there's no one emerging. RUBINO just silently waiting in the shop. Oh, here they come. RUBINO, we've seen him work wonders with an eagle. Great jump there around the corner, making it pretty impossible for RUBINO to nail the first and much needed shots. And that's going to be it. Tricked will manage to find themselves a safe path. They're away from the pistoling players of Dignitas, keeping 4 players alive. Very important to note. And Dignitas will be on a full eco more or less in this round. Let's see what they can do with that one. Let's see if Tricked can run another strong anti-eco or anti-force buy. I'm quite curious if they won't just do exactly the same round. It was a really nice one. Well, I guess they won't. They're going to A, James.
They are indeed. And Dignitas, reading the B bomb site, will only have config on A, and he's dead.
He died.
So that should be the round for Tricked. They have places to clear out though, and they will use Molotov to do it. Lovely stuff. So we'll see if Dignitas can get any damage done as they come back into the A bomb site. 3 players now. Magic's boy pushing through BS. So Tricked have a reasonable score on the board so far. The buy is coming through for Dignitas, and the question is, can Tricked break it?
Can it be broken? I don't know that this is very doable here for Dignitas. RUBINO gets a nice sneaky kill in right at the end there. And also, speaking of sneaky, we've got a nice little position here from Magic's boys. He looks to get some exit kills onto the retreating Dignitas players trying to escape the blast radius. But there is no bunker to protect them. So they're out in the wilderness, and there lurks a Magic's boy. Looking for a follow-up there. Might be able to pull it off with the AK. This is going to be pretty problematic. Can he get another one? Almost. I say almost, actually not even close, but he does get 2 kills out of that, which is pretty lovely.
To his credit as well, Magic's boy picks up the AK, but he doesn't switch to it automatically because he knows he's not safe to do so until he's around the corner. Keeps his gun out so he can fire anybody coming his way. Always important. Lots of people at home will just go to the AK straight away, but that time where you draw the AK, you can get killed, as he would have been in that situation. Small detail, but worth noting. Right then, config, juking and diving, and that Molotov is from a teammate. I don't know how it's managed to get there. So mid control taken by Tricked. Rubino's close though. Is he going to overextend? He's got the AWP in this round for Dignitas. Config in the window with an M4. Niko in the underpass. And down goes Rubino. We've got a player, cajunb. He's in connector as well. That smoke has gone a lot further than he wanted it to. It's, I think it's Roland for the Polish side who, when the T's are taking mid, he will put his own smoke in the middle of connector and then shoot over the top of it. Which I think is what the attempt was there.
Wow, look at the health though on these players. I was going to say 2 versus 4, but the health is ridiculous. Config has a very real chance of taking down maeVe there, and is the bomb going to be splitting onto B? I would assume it would be, considering maeVe's position. maeVe would have had the stepping on the side as well. So this is a really interesting spot right now. Config's just running towards Catwalk. He is all over the place with this positioning. This could be very bad. He gets caught in the open. Config will actually make 1 kill before he dies. I think he got a kill on, was it one of the players on Catwalk? So I don't know if he span around there very quickly to get that, but Magic's in a very winnable 1 versus 2. maeVe on 4 HP. And Niko on 72.
He doesn't have a kit. Not sure if there's one on the site, but he'll have to deal. No, he's going to go for the save of the AWP.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Let's have a look at the money quickly, the scoreboard, and you can see what is going on. So we've got almost no money there. Well, pretty much no money for Dignitas. It will be their 4th round lost in the round lost in a row, which means $2,900 on the loss of this round. And with that up, they're going to definitely go for the buy, I should think, to try to stop Tricked. They've been doing quite a lot of damage in some of these rounds they've been losing. So keeping the pressure up definitely always is a good argument for that. And we can't forget to note that Tricked are actually doing a really good job here coming back into this one. A couple of their mid takes going very well to try to break Dignitas on their buys, and it has been doing so so far. Looks like they're actually going to save this round somewhat. Going a little bit halfway. I like that actually.
So Magic's boy on the AWP now. He's in the middle area. He's dropped down into the underpass, and this might be a surprise. If HUNDEN goes to his left, then he might be good to take down Magic's boy. He's looking underneath the smoke. Moves into connector, but he's gone back to the well again. There is that pop flash, which will force him away. Rubino close to connector. Magic's boy continuing to rotate with the AWP. Going back towards the window, it seems. Tricked with good possession of mid. They've got 2 players in A, which means that there's definitely an A split coming from this side.
Yeah, really good possession. They're building this round very well. Magic's boy with a shot through the smoke. Nicely done. Good prediction, but not able to connect the following shots with that AWP. You can see that he's not an AWPer by nature. Now we've got Dignitas just with MSL. He had an absolutely blinding cobblestone, but this one is going to be rather difficult. I wonder if he can actually salvage one of the guns. There should be an AWP here somewhere. Is he able to find it? Yes, he's got the AWP now, and that is kind of scary. MSL is a bit of a dab hand with the AWP, but he's going to try to save that into the next round. In a round in which they will have a pretty good buy. They'll have the $3,400 loss bonus, as well as I think they'll be around probably 4,500 to 5K, considering all the money that they invested in this round. Most of the players bought Kevlars and pistols or a UMP, in the case of, I think, Config. So Dignitas, their lead has been eroded. It's going to be 9-11 now. Tricked are coming back into a map. They're in a map. Out of the 3 maps we've seen so far, they're actually doing something now.
We've got a real map, Dan.
Nice. Yes, we do.
So AWP saved once again, but more importantly, there is an AWP onto JUGi on the T side. We'll see if he can get it going. Round 21. Tricked still 2 rounds behind Dignitas. Dignitas have not won a round on their CT side yet. Will this be the first, or will they not win a round at all? We will see. Tricked with 3 players over towards A, bomb included. And there are 3 players in A for the CT side. Nobody looking towards CPL for the time being. Maybe it's a read on the situation. 1 closer connector. Now the short player. Look at Dignitas, look at the read here. Config coming straight in for a kill onto HUNDEN in the middle area. Smokes all over the place, but the CTs haven't abandoned the site. It looks like they have, but they haven't. They've got a player in a ninja spot. Flying in now on the CTs. And again, still a ninja now on the site. That's really nice from Dignitas. They had a massive read as to what was going on there from Tricked. They had a player in the ninja spot, and they had a quick shutdown of the players in mid as they moved towards connector. 1 player was taken down immediately. The short player pushed. They had nobody in B before Tricked even executed in towards A properly.
Now this is problematic because the money on Trick, they actually just spent all of their money. Despite winning like 5 rounds in a row, they have just had to spend all their money. So if Dignitas win this one, Tricked, they're not going to have maybe more than one real chance left in the matchup to survive this series. And to remind you guys, the winner of this best of 5 will be in ECS Season 2. The stakes are quite huge, especially if you're Tricked. To make it into ECS Season 2 would be something beyond phenomenal, especially to knock out Dignitas, a top 8, a world top 8 team right now in the situation. But mid control once again here for Tricked, but look at the connector presence from Dignitas. 2 players in there.
The blind spot from Magic's boy. It's good to knife people if you're on an eco, holding that spot as they run past. Oh, through the leg, he will get the frag, JUGi. Again, dangerous on the AWP. Looking for RUBINO now, down RUBINO goes as well. Problems for Dignitas, losing control of connector, leaving MSL alone in the short position, or underpass, not sure where he is, underpass it is. So, look at the money, MSL doesn't really have the cash at the moment. 1 versus 3, and he can't commit to that. Can we see the money, s'il vous plaît? S'il vous plaît. Now we see RUBINO 5k, but the money, I mean, the money sucks. They just won the round. They've been reset. It's the only round they've won on the CT side. So this is a pretty bad spot for Dignitas. Yes, they have a 2-round lead, but it has eroded greatly. They had a 7-round lead. And now it's going to be 2 after winning just 1 round of the second half so far.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you can never count out something ridiculous happening with pistols and so on, but so far, you know, Trick, they've run a few good anti-eco rounds. They've not really dropped any silly situations on Mirage so far. Looking much more confident in Dignitas. As you say, you know, struggling against, you know, JUGi's ult play. He's been really good at opening up things. He doesn't have a huge amount of kills. He's only got 16, but the frags that he connects are very, very impactful. As we saw that last round, two insanely fast frags, and because they're so fast, it just stops Dignitas having any response time. So, very important. This round we'll have Dignitas on, well, RUBINO and MSL, of course, have some gear left over. Let's see if they can get something done with that. And we do have a stack, more or less, towards this A bomb site. Tricks could be in for quite some trouble here. They've got to get these kills quickly, and they will. So it looks quite good for them. Checking the ninja spot now is Niko, surely. Is he looking for it? Yes, there it is. And that's going to be an easy cleanup of this bomb site.
RUBINO's trapped. Is he committed, or will he try to run for it? maeVe holding the angle. Down goes MSL. Let's see if he can survive. Nope. Gets shot from the back and the front. 1 round between these 2 teams now. Let's see what Dignitas have in the bank. If they go for the buy here, which I expect... No, they're going for the half buy for the full in the following round. It would have been a ropey buy indeed, so they want the 3-0 here, Dignitas. They do not want Trick to be allowed back into the game, but the way things are looking, 12-12 is likely. Curious as to where that smoke's going in mid, actually. Bit of a different angle, but probably still going the same place as the usual ones. Early peek, and they will be chased by the CT side. There's more than 1 player there. Splash comes in, but Dignitas don't want to overextend. And they are limited on their utility. They want to use it as well as they can.
And they have the full rotation now, because they realize what's up. They spotted the players on, multiple players on slope. Oh no! That is a massive disaster. And there's a big flank coming as well. Dignitas are looking really good in the round. Tricks, they are playing this well actually, because they're looking to bait the flank. Now, if Dignitas have the discipline, MSL should never peek this angle without having confirmation. He's got so many teammates left alive. Just gets himself a bit of info there, which is good. Doesn't commit into anything. It's just showing a pixel to get that info. But he doesn't need to really peek anymore. Just has to contain them, contain the Ts. They have to make the decision to move. And into the crosshair, into the reticle of cajunb, they're going to move before finally deciding they've got to back away through T-spawn. And they only have 45 seconds to make the play onto the bomb site. And MSL has actually given them a lot of room.
Yeah, I do wonder if he can hear them from his position. He's running, everyone's running, Dan. And we've got a rotation coming in from the C2, so MSL's going to commit now. He's got as much as he can. Oh, could have been 2 with the CZ, but he's 0. But he's done damage for his team, and now Config can just hold an angle, wait for this bomb plant to come in. 1 player down, 1 player all the way down to 0 HP. And there it is. Cleaning up will Config. 13-11. Dignitas stretched their thin lead once again, but look at the money on Trick there. Good for the most part. The pressure will continue if Dignitas get reset again, maybe that will be one reset too many for them to handle.
Well, they did pick up an AWP and an AK, so their money because of that is actually not looking too shabby after that. And also that was a save round for them too. So Dignitas actually, by winning that round, give themselves a lot of staying power should things go a little bit awry in this run. But Tricked are going to go for that mid take. It's been fairly successful for them. Dignitas have not found much in the way of mid retakes. And yeah, those pot shots, a little bit scary. But Tricked will make the slow progress through mid. Just RUBINO there sitting in connector. Will we get those flashes? Will we get all three CTs emerging onto mid for the retake? Looks like they're just going to play it very passive. They will give it away almost for free. There was the inherent cost of smoke grenades from the diligence of Tricked, but here they go. They're looking to make the play into that B bomb site now. Can JUGi open it up?
Ooh, sees an elbow, and that's enough to kill MSL. There goes config as well, and is it going to be a save at this point for Dignitas? I think it probably is.
Yeah.
2 plays in the A sites already, but with HUNDEN top mid, it might be hard for him to save in this situation. We'll see if Tricked wants to hunt or if their money's ropey as well. We do have niko on a UMP, so they may want to limit their own damage, but I think they'll be more concerned with the CT economy at this point. So looks like almost 4 people on the hunt for Tricked, slowly creeping towards Palace. Now maeVe is going to be in top mid, so we'll see if they can take any guns away from Dignitas. This is getting tense down.
Yeah, and one of the things about Dignitas here is that, okay, giving up middle seems to be really allowing Tricked to play their game. So Dignitas need to start to consider ways to pressure mid, to retake mid, or to go or the third option, which is being very proactive, take mid away early into the round. I think Fnatic were the old Fnatic were the first team to really show very effective setups and how to do that with the 3-man early mid plays. But Dignitas, it's clear for them, I think, that they can't just allow Tricked to just do what they want to do, because Tricked's defaults into middle have been very strong, and there's no real reason for them to stop doing that because it's been so successful. That said, as I mentioned, that they are playing for an A set piece here, and they're just sending the 1-man into mid, which is a little bit of a tell if Dignitas realize this, that this A set piece is coming for them very quickly.
Magic's boy is on point on the ramp, but he's in a 1 versus 4 at the moment, and indeed we see differences in the middle area, but it's less than ideal. cajunb taken down in isolation. MSL's got an important position to stop players going into connector, but while that smoke's there, he can't stop much, but that smoke might stop HUNDEN. Magic's boy now is going to be raining alarm bells. He is forced from the default position. I have not seen molotovs like that from Palace. Very nice stuff indeed. 4 versus 2, Tricked pulling it out of the bag again.
Yeah, it's looking really, really good, and it's Dignitas again, just more or less Tricked getting into forward positions where they can execute whatever they want with no real presence early into the round from Dignitas anywhere, and Dignitas are not being proactive, and Tricked are starting to show, such clean fundamental play that Dignitas have to try to force a mistake here or there. They have to try to take a risk here or there, and I think they're trying to rely on Tricked just making mistakes. Tricked maybe overplaying their hand, maybe a miscommunication or a miscoordination, and for them to be able to abuse that. But Tricked have been running some good routine drilled plays so far, and it's been working very, very well. And Dignitas won't get too many more opportunities now. Saving these 2 guns will definitely aid them in that effort of having additional opportunities. And config continue running, just barely secures the kill there. That is a pretty big deal. So you can see that with the money here, they can drop a couple guns, get 4 players on rifles, and the last play maybe with a UMP. Is there enough for that? I'm not sure, but cajunb, we can see he's on a pistol. But 4 other members of Dignitas will be rocking rifles. And finally, Tricked to tie up the game. They are looking very solid right now. Finally, aggression in the mid. Finally.
HUNDEN at the back is going to be in trouble. Molotovs, he is definitely on fire, but he's standing his ground for the time being. That's 26 HP, and he will be eliminated just about. cajunb on 13 himself. And that's going to be Dignitas leaving mid entirely. Going to sit on their lead. Leave that at that. Molotovs going towards B, just in case there's any fast reaction from Tricked. And now they're trapped, looking to retake mid, actually. So not trapped after all. 3 players, top mid. And they've still got a reasonable amount of grenades on them. So if they want to smoke off connector, which that positioning's for on the left, ECTag will be doing the connector smoke. cajunb in jungle.
And this is more acceptable now too. Okay, you've got the advantage. You've shaken Tricked out of one of their routines by putting them down to 4 players early, and now you play very passively. Now you give up space because you've already got that innate advantage, and that should be enough. So that's why Dignitas are playing very, very far back now. But look at the creep. Tricked are getting very far forward again for free. Maybe unbeknownst to Dignitas, I think surely the player on bench spotted something. I think Config did, but he goes down. The rotation will start to come in, but these positions are so forward. MSL has a lot of pressure, and he can't deliver enough here, I don't think. But how does cajunb get through there? JUGi finally missing shots. He can't afford to miss. And now it's a 2 versus 2 here. Dignitas are in for a chance here on this retake. This is so crucial to win this map, this round.
The bomb is on the site, but it's not getting planted just yet. They don't know where MagicBoy is. They're afraid of where MagicBoy might be. They know there's only one player. Well, they know there's one player in shot, but they don't know where the second player is. Angle's being held. There goes a pop flash, and now MagicBoy is out. Gets the kill onto niko. Do they realize that JUGi's on short? Looks like they do. And down goes RUBINO. JUGi cannot escape, and Dignitas take the lead once again, but it's a thin lead. Oh man, they're enjoying this derby, these Danish players. MagicBoy will defuse the bomb, but the money's been depleted for Dignitas. They may end up with a worse buy than Tricked in this situation. We'll have to see.
Yeah, that was such an important round. Those 2 shots that JUGi missed there, if he hits those, and he's been hitting those all Mirage long, Tricked win that round. Dignitas have no money, and Tricked very likely from that position just win the map. So that was, yeah, JUGi needed the clutch there, but he couldn't pull it out of the bag. We'll have to see if he can make good. And again, Dignitas go, maybe, are they going to go for aggression in the apps? I'm not sure if they actually are. Look like they were initially, but they're just playing close on A with 3 players. I love that they went for aggression early last round. I think they need to do more of that against Tricked. Tricked have I think, shown cause that Dignitas should respect them and force them to take risks.
I like the smokes from RUBINO. But nobody's in Palace. Only one player, and there's 3 players in mid. They could go for a B split here, but niko's late into B apps, and MSL is ready and waiting. We've got cajunb moving into the shop area. And surely MSL gets this frag. It's going to be little warning for niko. He jumps though, but he can't avoid getting headshot. MSL now, nice nade onto short, going to do some damage to JUGi. Bomb's getting planted for short. JUGi's going to make his way round towards bench and beyond it, looking to go towards the shop. Man advantage, make it 2. East tag on his own now, trying to hold things down for a teammate. He can't do it. 3 players survive for Dignitas, and that's going to be match point for them. 2-0 so far. Could it be the clean sheet there?
It's looking quite likely at this point. Dignitas are on match point. 1 round away, potentially, from making it to, back into ECS for Dignitas. And Tricked, they're going to have to dig very deep to bring themselves out of this hole, which is much...
Cavernous hole, Dan.
Like an abyss.
It's a giant cavity. It's enormous.
Yeah. Thanks for that, James. Thank you for your words.
It's like we're writing novels, Dan. Got to be as descriptive as possible.
Okay.
Her hair swept in the wind, and the steam from the tea was blah, blah, blah. Anyway, we've got top mid with Tricked here, 2 players, but they've only got 3 rifles on these 5 players. And again, they are committed to the A play here with 2 players over towards A, including the bomb. niko underpass. They've got 2 smokes. I'm not sure if a smoke's down in connector at the moment. RUBINO seems to have an inkling as to what they might be doing. Nice, patient play there. HUNDEN gets taken down, and he's going to reposition before the Palace guys can punish. The spray, not going to be enough though. East tag goes down, there goes the bomb as well. maeVe 8 HP and niko to do it. niko's on the site somehow, he's in the middle of the site, he'll get taken down, and that's going to be that. Tricks finally show up on the last map, but it's not enough. It's too late, it's too little.
Yeah, congratulations to Dignitas. They have made it back into ECS Season 2, and it's really cool to see that because... I mean, okay, well, firstly, great to see Tricked got so far. Great to see another very strong team in Denmark. But Dignitas, definitely, I think, the better team, a top 8 team. It's good to see them back in ECS because they showed renewed strength recently after the lineup change. I think last season was in the midst of lineup turmoil to a large extent, and they were trying to solidify themselves. It was another one of those spots where MSL brings a team up, and then some of his best players get poached. And now we can see that he's raising his individual level. They've got cajunb. They've had him for a while now. So they've got MagicBoy in there as well. Like, they've got a solid unit to work with that could really be very, very seriously good. So very cool, the future for them.
Could be, but will it be? You don't have to wait long to find out. ECS Season 2 begins later on this week, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. That's all for today's broadcast. Well, now we know all the teams in both of our leagues, and again, it will begin very soon, so stay tuned, guys. We will see you soon.